it. The Kell, the Elder Scroll. Tidkrech Kalos. Time shudders at its touch. There is no question. You are doom-driven. Kogan Akatosh. The very bones of the earth are at your disposal. Go then, fulfill your destiny. Take the scroll to the Time Moon. Do not delay. Alduin will be coming. He cannot miss the signs. Alduin's lordship will be restored. But I honor your courage. Krifolf Akrin, die now in vain.
For Skyrim!
Glorious day, is it not?
Have you no thought beyond the flooding of your blade?
What else is there?
Battle below goes ill. If Alduin does not rise to our challenge, I fear all may be lost.
You worry too much, brother. Victory will be ours.
Why does Alduin hang back? We've staked everything on his plan, yours, old man.
He will come. He cannot ignore our defiance.
His kin have fallen to my blade alone. They did not have Dragon Land. Once we bring him down, I promise. I will have
He is beyond our strength, which is why they brought the elders.
Well, dear.
I never agreed.
Work. We did it.
Yes, the World Eater is gone. The spirits have mercy on our souls.
My belly is full of the souls of your fellow mortals, Dovahkiin. Die now, and await your fate in Sovngarde. Lost? Don't! You are too late, Alduin! Use Dragon Rend if you know it! You are not their equal. Firstborn of Akatosh, Malagi Zoklat. I cannot be slain here by you or anyone else. You cannot prevail against me. I will outlast you, mortal. You truly have the voice of a Dova. Alduin's allies will think twice after this victory. Nilivrachin Moro. True, this is not the final Krongra victory, but not even the heroes of old were able to defeat Alduin in open battle. Alduin always was Pachlok, arrogant in his power. Uznagar Par. He took domination as his birthright. This should shake the loyalty of the Dove who serve him. Yes, one of his allies could tell us, Mat Mahus, but it will not be so easy to convince one of them to betray him. Perhaps the Hafkasayun, the palace in Whiterun, Dragon's Reach. It was originally built to house a captive Dova. A fine place to trap one of Alduin's allies, Yes, but your Soom is strong. I do not doubt that you can convince him of the need. Yes, this was ages ago, you understand. There were more of us then. Before the Bruniki, the Akaviri came and killed all my Zema. I used to visit him from time to time, nearly crazed by loneliness and captivity. Tiraz, Sivaz. He did not even remember his own name. I do not know how he came to be caught, but the Bronyun, the Jarl, was very proud of his pet, Pak. The Hofkosayun has been known as Dragon's Reach ever since. Look through.
You've done a great service for me and my city. You've done a great service for me and my city. You've done a great Keep safe.
Father says I'm too young to train with the sword. So I practice with my fists.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city.
How can I argue with that?
You're a strapping young man. Don't be a stranger.
purchase a house from... Good luck to you. Until next time.
I serve Jarl Balgrove as steward. Splendid. There's a house available right now. Wonderful. Here's the key to your new home. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
It's good to see you again. By my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we?
What's on your mind? Let's get going then. I'm right behind you.
Good to see you. I must have misheard you. I thought you asked me to help you trap a dragon in my palace. I'm sorry, but I can't do it. We'll just have to keep fighting the dragons as best we can. What you're asking for is insane. Impossible. You want me to let a dragon into the heart of my city? With the threat of war on my doorstep? There must be another way. The risk is too great. Alduin, the World Eater himself. But how can we fight him? Doesn't his return mean it's the end times? I don't know about such things, but I heard the Greybeard summon you. That's good enough for me. Now what's this nonsense about trapping a dragon in my palace? I want to help you, Dragonborn. And I will. But I need your help first. Ulfric and General Tullius are both just waiting for me to make a wrong move. Do you think they will sit idle while the dragon is slaughtering my men and burning my city? No. I can't risk weakening the city while we are under the threat of enemy attack. I'm sorry. Then I would be glad to help you with your mad dragon-trapping scheme. But getting both sides to agree to a truce will be difficult at this point. The bitterness has gone too deep. Maybe. What of the Greybeards? They are respected by all Nords. High Hrothgar is neutral territory. If the Greybeards were willing to host a peace council, then maybe Ulfric and Tullius would have to listen. Aye, Dragonborn. Maybe you can stop the dragons, and the war is the bargain. Keep safe.
misunderstand our authority. The Greybeards have never involved themselves in political affairs. I see. The dragon will lead you to Alduin, but without the Jarl's help. Paarthurnax has made the decision to help you. This is the road we have to walk. Even the Greybeards must bend to the winds of change, it seems. So be it. Tell Ulfric and General Tullius that the Greybeards wish to speak to me. We will see if they still remember us. Deliver the message to the warring parties. If they will listen, I will do what I can to bring them to terms. The old tales say that he can travel into Sovngarde to devour the souls of the dead. You must find out how he does this before he regains his strength and returns. He was a great war leader of the ancient Nords, a master of the voice, or tongue. After the disaster at Red Mountain, where the Nord army was annihilated, he spent many years pondering the meaning of that terrible defeat. He finally came to realize that the gods had punished the Nords for their arrogant and blasphemous misuse of the voice. He was the first to understand that the voice should be used solely for the glory and worship of the gods, not the glory of men. Jürgen Windcaller's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition, and the way of the voice was born. Sky above, voice beneath.
That.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
He'd be insane to try. He doesn't have the men.
That's not what my scouts report, sir. Every day more join his cause. Riften, Dawnstar, and Winterhold support him.
It's not a cause. It's a rebellion.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
Jarl Rongar.
Hrongar carries on the policies of his brother and refuses to acknowledge the Legion's right to garrison troops in the sea. On the plus side, he also refuses to acknowledge Ulfric's claim.
Well, if he wants to stand outside the protection of the Empire, fine. Let Ulfric pillage his city.
General.
You people and your damn Jarls.
Sir, you can't force a Nord to accept help he hasn't asked for.
If Ulfric's making a move for Whiterun, then we need to be there to stop him. Draft another letter with the usual platitudes, but this time share some of your intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans. Embellish if you have to. We'll let it seem like it's his idea.
Yes, sir.
You Nords and your bloody sense of honor.
Sir.
We need the rift. We need to regain control of it before we can march on Windhelm without worry about our rear guard. The Greybeards. What do those old hermits want with me? Why, there's nothing to discuss as long as that traitor Ulfric is in arms against his rightful emperor. They are getting to be a problem. But I wasn't sent to Skyrim to fight dragons. My job is to quell this rebellion, and I intend to do just that. Dragons or no dragons. You may have a point. I'm always surprised by how seriously the Nords take these things. Yes, fine. I'll come to this Greybeard Council. For all the good it will do.
you want rumors, you should talk to Corpulus.
Summer in Skyrim, I think of passion. In autumn, I think of friendship. Winter, I think of piety. But they say only spring has Mars' love.
Imagine our ancestors discussed. Time to find a new planet.
To help the Stormcloaks.
We haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe the reason these Grayskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Imperial spies? You can't be serious.
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight, but it's fine. We got ways of finding out what you really are.
Do you hate the Dark Elves? Are you here to bully us and tell us to leave? You've come to the wrong city, then. Windhelm's a haven of prejudice and narrow thinking, unworthy of one such as you. Nothing new there. Most of the Nords living in Windhelm don't care much for us, but Rolf is the worst by far. He likes to get drunk and walk around the Grey Quarter yelling insults at us in the small hours of the morning. Oh, a real charmer, that one. Some of these Nords will come up with any excuse to despise us. And it isn't just the Dark Elves they hate. They make a target of the Argonians as well. In fact, just about anyone who isn't a Nord is fair game for their bullying. I'll be right here then.
I ain't asking for much. Just a few symptoms.
Come on in. Just stoke the
This is
fire.
an ode to
Take a
Skyrim's
seat and get the
truest
cold
sons and
out.
daughters.
What?
The Stormlords. We drink to our youth.
What's that supposed to mean, soft gut? You telling me I ain't worth talking to? I'll crack your head open like an egg.
There's nothing like a good song to lift the
I don't
spirit
like
of
company.
tales.
Never amounted to anything. Most people talk, and I don't like what they have to say.
All hail to Ulfric. You are the High King. In your great honor we drink and we sing.
Huh? Mud crabs? That sounds boring. Why are you smiling like that? Are you laughing at me? Everyone in this inn is a bloody jester. Always picking on Vala. Well, we'll see how they giggle when I stomp on their throats.
See it white clean of the scourge that has sullied our hopes and our dreams. All hail to Ulfric.
No way. My dad taught me that words can hit as hard as any fist, so don't feel bad for punching them back.
This here's Candlehearth Hall. Great rooms upstairs, and there's a bed for rent on the ground floor. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room, right this way. What are you doing that for?
We drink to our youth, to the days come and gone, for the age of oppression is now nearly done. We'll drive out the empire.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
With our blood and our steel, we will take back our home. All hail to Ulfric! You are the High King. In your great honor, we drink and we sing.
Mara teaches us to make love, not war.
We're the children of
But I've always been a
Skyrim, and we
Stormcloak
fight all
supporter.
our lives.
They trust
and
their
when
hearts,
someone
and don't make compromises.
every one of us dies. This land.
People laugh at things they don't believe. It helps them accept.
Ulfric will listen to you.
It's not that simple. Ulfric wants Skyrim for the Nords. He doesn't trust what he calls outsiders.
You've seen how we live. Cramped alleys, run-down buildings, few guard patrols. Even the name Grey Quarter is an insult.
I'll speak to Ulfric soon, but I make no promises that I can change his mind.
That's all I ask. With your help, we have a chance to make a better life for ourselves here. For that, I thank you. I thought the Grey Quarter would be a haven for my kind. I was wrong. Windhelm is divided into 4 quarters. The Grey Quarter is the one that's home to all the city's dark elves. If it looks to you like an impoverished slum, that's because it is. Ulfric prefers that we live in squalor. He has nothing but disdain for anyone who isn't a Nord. He tolerates us, but that's the extent of his hospitality. Not a day goes by. Still, even with the rough treatment we've had at the hands of Ulfric, and it's probably more trouble to pack up and leave than it is to stay. Besides, Amberus can't run the corner club on his own. You've done well.
to see you.
Horses, all day long. Do you have any idea how dull horses are?
Mm-hmm. How can Elda hate the Dark Elves when she knows so little about them?
Spare a coin for an old woman, my lord. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire is putting a great deal of pressure on White Run.
And what would you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait? If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
They say the college has been snooping around Sarthal. Pages in the burial crypt. No good can come of that.
So we're ready to start this war in earnest then?
Soon.
I still say you should take them all out like you did then King Torrik.
Torrik was merely a message to the
Yes?
Whoever we replace them with will need the support.
Well, I didn't really have much use for my old name, so when I met Sapphire, I decided to change my name too.
We could take the
Green
city
eyes,
without bloodshed.
Jade. It doesn't take a college mage to figure out that gems make pretty names for girls.
Still need convincing.
Let's go.
False kings.
We've been soldiers a long time. We know the price of freedom. But people are still weighing things in their hearts.
What's left of Skyrim to wager?
They have families to think of.
How many of their sons and daughters follow your banner? We are their families.
Well put, friend. Tell me, Galmar, why do you fight for me?
I'd follow you into the depths of oblivion. You know that.
Yes, but why do you fight? If not for me, what then?
I'll die before
Yes.
dictate the fates of men. Are we not one in this?
I fight for the men I've held in my arms, dying on foreign soil. I fight for their wives and children whose names I heard whispered in their last breath. I fight for we few who did come home, only to find our country full of strangers wearing familiar faces. I fight for my people, impoverished to pay the debts of an empire too weak to rule them, yet brands them criminals for wanting to rule themselves. I fight so that all the fighting I've already done hasn't been for nothing. I fight because I must.
Your words give voice to what we all feel, Ulfric. And that's why you will be High King. But the day words are enough will be the day when soldiers like us are no longer needed.
I would gladly retire from the world, were such a day to dawn.
One of those Skyrim for the Nords types? Hey, no offense. I was just making sure. Don't let Ulfric or some of these other short-sighted Nords bother you. Most of us are happy to welcome newcomers. I killed a lot of High Elves in the Great War, and I didn't die. I guess that makes me a war hero. The Great War. There was nothing great about it. Thousands died on both sides. And where did it get us? Did we really save the Empire? Or did we just plant the seeds for Ulfric's uprising? And another war? Stay sharp.
Heard there were wolves on the road up north. For Ulfric? Well, nothing official. Known him for years. He seems to value my thoughts, and I'm grateful for that. I don't really have a mind for war, and I think he likes having an untrained opinion from time to time. Travel safely. It's dangerous out there. How did you do that? By the gods, stop that! You've been warned.
Is there something?
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard, but in meantime, something have a war. We'll show those faithless dogs who this land belongs to. Double our men in the reach. I'll take my reasonable strategy.
Yes? Make it quick. I'm a busy man. It's about time they turn their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding homeland. What do they want? I have the greatest respect for the Greybeards, of course. And the dragon attacks are a growing plague. But the political situation is still delicate. Not all the Jarls are fully committed to supporting me as High King. I can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tullius himself will be there. Good. We still hold half of Skyrim despite everything the Empire could throw at us. I doubt the Empire has the stomach for much more bloodletting. Yes, I'll give Tullius one more chance to quit Skyrim with his tail between his legs.
All right, Dragonborn. Just please, be more careful.
Looking back, it wasn't my parents that made me run away. It was my name. It was knowing every person of status was bound by the same rules.
So, Arngeir, is it? You know why we're here. Are you going to let us in or not?
You are not invited here. You are not welcome here.
We have as much right to be at this council as all of you. More, actually, since we were the ones that put the Dragonborn on this path.
Were you? Hubris of the Blades truly knows no bounds.
If it were up to you, the Dragonborn would sit dreaming on this mountain doing nothing.
Delphi, we're not here to rehearse or grudge. The matter at hand is urgent. All doing must be stopped. You wouldn't have called this council if you didn't agree. We know a great deal about the situation and the threat that Olwyn poses to us all. You need us here if you want this council to succeed. Very well. You may enter. You've done it. Men of violence are gathered here. So, you've done it. Men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. The Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters. Peace? I doubt it. They may put their weapons down for a moment, but only to gather strength for the next bloodletting. They are not yet tired of war. Far from it. Do you know the ancient Nord word for war? Season unending. And so it has proved. But regrets are pointless. Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim. Why delay? Please, take your seat so that we can begin. We all wait upon you, Dragonborn. Why delay? Please, take your seat so that we can begin. Take your seat,
and so we
can
meet
begin.
again. But this time I know who and what you really are.
If you can arrange an end to the fighting, Dragon's Reach is at your disposal.
Is everyone here? Let's get this started.
I'm here because it's required of me. But there's nothing to be gained by talking to that murderer.
Please.
I'm glad I finally got a chance to see this place.
When has any good ever come from talking to the Empire?
We all wait.
I never thought I'd ever willingly stand in the same room with Tullius again. At least not without a weapon in my hand.
What are we waiting for?
We must succeed here.
Why delay?
Please, take your seat so that we can begin. Take your seat, and we can begin. Now that everyone is here, please take your seats, so we can begin. I hope that we have all come here in the spirit
You
of...
insult us by bringing her to this negotiation? Your chief Talos hunter?
That didn't take long.
Diplomat.
Here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation. You can't dictate who I bring to this council.
Please, if we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere. Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
By Izmir's beard, the nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh? To think that I would sit down at the same table with that. Valmore bitch. Either she walks or I do. Maybe so, but bringing her here is a deliberate provocation. Tullius needs to know I won't be pushed around. Feels like a mistake to me. But I'll bow to the old judgment. But she is to observe nothing more. We are not negotiating with her. Is that clear?
Ulfric, why so hostile? After all, it's not the Thalmor that's burning your farms and killing your sons.
She's supposed to be on our side?
You know exactly... No. Not this time.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
I have something to say first.
Here we go.
The only reason I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the dragon menace. There's nothing else to talk about. Unless the Empire is finally ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist.
Temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more. I consider even talking to the Empire a generous gesture.
Are you done? Did you just come here to make speeches, or can we get down to business?
Yes, let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar. Do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric? You dare to insult the Greybeards by using this council to advance your own position?
Jarl Elisif.
General, this is outrageous. You can't be taking this demand seriously. I thought we were here to discuss a truce.
Elisif, I said I'd handle it. Ulfric, you can't seriously expect us to give up Markarth at the negotiating table. You hope to gain in council what you've been unable to take in battle, is that it?
I'm sure Jarl Ulfric does not expect something for nothing.
Yes, that'd be entirely out of character.
Want in return?
Wait, General, you don't intend to just hand over Markarth to that traitor?
This is how the Empire repays us for our loyalty?
Enough! First, let's be clear. This council wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire, and deserve a traitor's death. But I at least will negotiate in good faith. Since we're all here at your request, I'd like to hear what you think Markarth is worth. The rift would help secure our communications with Cyrodiil, and threatened Ulfric's southern flank. You heard the man, Ulfric. We've made you a fair offer. Are you serious about these talks, or are you just here to posture?
I expected better from you, Dragonborn. I came here in good faith, and now it seems you help the Empire at every turn. As for you, General Tullius, I see now that Galmar was right. Talking to the Empire is just as useless as ever. If you think you can hold Markarth, you're as deluded as your Emperor when he signed away our freedom to the Thalmor. Skyrim will never again bow to your false empire. Let's go, Galmar. I should have listened to you in the first place.
You always were a fool, Ulfric. You're no better at diplomacy than you are in the battlefield.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your petty disagreements? Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphi? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me, and I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
A very pretty speech. But what does it have to do with the...
If he's right about Alduin, we both have just as much to lose here, Tullius. Remember that. Now, back to the matter at hand. Don't hand me a mug of sheep's piss and call it mead. These terms are still not acceptable.
I'm sure you have something in mind.
Damn right we do.
We want compensation for the massacre at Anga's mill.
You slaughtered them. The women, the children. You butchers!
That's a lie. My legionnaires are
You don't
disciplined,
really
unlike
expect
your...
compensation every time a farm gets burned in a war that you started, do you, Ulfric?
What say you, Dragonborn? Yes, you will hear that, Tullius? The blood of the innocent cries out for word. I suppose that's the fairest deal we're likely to get.
It General Tullius? Terms currently on the table. Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's forces, Jarl Ingmund will step down, and Thunfor Silverblood will become Jarl of Markarth. Stormcloaks will withdraw from the rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Leila Lorgubel will step down, and even Blackbriar will become Jarl of Ulfric. The Empire will pay appropriate compensation for the massacre at Angar's Mill. You both agree to this?
The sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Elisif? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tullius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the dragon menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Come on, Galmar. We have a lot of work.
Giving up Markarth is a heavy price for this truce, Dragonborn. I hope it was worth it.
Jarl I assume you are familiar with the Dragonborn's plan?
Yes, I'm ready to do my part. Just say the word, and my men will help you spring this trap.
But the difficulty remains how to lure a dragon to Dragon's Reach at all.
Well, that's an excellent question. You haven't overlooked that little detail, have you?
I believe I can be of help here. I anticipated the problem. While you were arranging this meeting, I was busy in the library of Skyhaven Temple, an unguessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the Blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew. Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Aldrin has raised up. Don't you see? The names of dragons are always 3 words of power, shouts. By calling the dragon with the voice, he will hear you wherever he might be. He's not compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge. Your voice in particular is likely to intrigue this dragon. After your victory over Aldrin, I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call. Indeed. I'm no master of the voice, like these worthy gentlemen, but it is written here in this scroll. Od Avin, winged snow hunter, as I read it.
I'm glad you were able to negotiate a truce, but I don't trust Ulfric. He'll break his word as soon as it suits him.
I hope this truce gives you what you need. It won't last. These terms are satisfactory to my government. The truce is
as soon as I get back to White Club,
I'm afraid that's a serious one. I've discovered who the Greybeard's leader really is. He's a dragon. Not just any dragon, but the right hand of Aldrin, responsible for many atrocities during the Ancient Dragon War. The Blades have been hunting him for centuries, but he was protected by the Greybeards, and then the Emperors. Justice demands that he die for his crimes. Until he is dead, I'm afraid my oath as a blade prevents me from offering you aid and comfort. Justice can be harsh. Paternax was the author of many atrocities during the Dragon War. True, he turned traitor to Alduin and helped whether or not he has truly repented or merely acted to save himself. Justice demands that he pay with his life.
That could have gone worse. Now it's up to you to deliver.
We're ready, Dragonborn. Just say the word. As I promised, my men stand ready. The great chains are oiled. We wait on your word. My men know what to do. Make sure you do your part. I'm putting my city in your hands. We're ready when you are. Go ahead and vote. We're ready.
Dinya taught me the value of love, and more importantly, how love takes many forms.
Hear that?
But